All right, here we are. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Sylvia. Enjoying moon energies. It's a glorious day in Montana. Oh, thank you for sharing. Hi, Dee in Vancouver, and Pamela sending our alohas. Always love the energy coming from Hawaii. Oh, it is early in the morning, isn't it? Well, I'm in a weird time zone right now. I am supposed to be on Central, but in Mexico where I live, we change our time at a different. So I still have a couple more weeks before I get back in sync. So I'm technically on Mountain, and my life is on Central, but my business is on Mountain. Woo! It's really fun. So I'm getting really good practice at being in the moment, being in the flow, being present, so that I can ride this pretty quick flow. So welcome, everyone. Namaste. So pleased to be here with you. Happy full moon. Happy equinox. This is just beyond my favorite time in the whole year. Now, I love summer. Because I like summer things, but as far as these kind of events, I am an enormous fan of the equinox. Starting many decades ago, one of my mentors, one of the mystery schools I went to, is he would do live events on the equinoxes, and that was the first time I really paid a lot of attention to that. I did a lot of other things. I did a lot of full moon and new moon rituals. I used to belong to a goddess group, and we would plan something every month, and it was always in line with the seasons, and it was always something beautiful and loving, and planting seeds or doing artwork or other really wonderful things. So over the years, I've become an enormous fan of celebrations or ceremonies or rituals, initiations, whatever you want to call it. And it's taking time out of our day, right? It's taking time out of our life to say, this is a special moment, and I want to relax, and I want to be here. I really want to be here. So I want you to be here, okay? I love this theme that's unfolding right now. I want us all to be here. Being is interesting because we do say a lot of I am statements, which is fabulous. And it is the territory of your root chakra, which is really interesting because we're in the full moon, which is the ripeness. This is the fruit of the cycle. Right? So something within you is completing, is ready to be picked, is ripe, is ready to enjoy. And so I want you to over the next 4 days, I want you to think about what is delicious to you. And naturally we think of food, but think of other things that are delicious for you. One of my favorite things that I have rooted in my childhood is reading a book, eating an apple on a porch or somewhere where there's dappled sunlight and it's warm and I get really dreamy and sleepy. And so any way that I can recreate that feeling, that sensation to me, it's also attached to one particular grandmother that I had. And so those kind of delicious things, listening to the music you like, having more time to yourself than normal. Check and see how many people you're responsible to, or how many people, and I'm saying what you feel you're responsible to, right? So what I want us to do is use the illumination of the full moon to help us see, help us discover, reveal, uncover what we're carrying. And we want to know if we're carrying an attachment to fear of being too successful or too happy, fear of letting go of our illness for different reasons. That sounds ridiculous, but I see that all the time, especially people who've been sick a long time. Or my ex's mother was this way. She had learned to control her reality, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You control your reality, so do I. Babies learn to control their reality. They learn to get the response that they need to survive, and that's what we do. So you learn certain behaviors. You assume certain identities. and you act and make choices in a certain way, maybe only a part of your life and you're free of that. Maybe you're still in it a little bit. Maybe you're fully in it. But that attachment to what others think, that attachment to what you were taught, what you were told, what's normal, what's tradition, what they think you should do, these things are holding you back. They're holding you down, and they're creating instability within. So in the chakra upgrade activations that we're doing right now in the class, we just did the root, and really the power that came through to me at a deeper level, because I've been doing this kind of work for a while, and is this sense of being stable and rooted within ourselves. This is a distinction that started to come through as I did the chakra scans. So I have a new private session with me. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out at the shop. And it's called a chakra scan. And I also have, it's 30 minutes, and then I have a 60-minute one, which is an alignment and attunement and healing and all kinds of other things and reading, and who knows what exciting things will come through in those. But I got to see a pattern within people. And then after we activated the crown chakra, all the people who had done the activation, as soon as I started to look at their field, your palms right here in the center are a part of the crown chakra. So their hands were lit up, and there was a lot of action. Everybody had different stuff, but there was tons of movement and action in the hands, all around the hands and energetically. Different kinds of shapes coming in and out, different things happening. Some people were still holding like a rock or a boulder there, sort of like clogging, blocking that portal. That's how energetically that part of you that's showing us this tells us you're holding on to something and it's blocking and it's heavy. It was a black rock. It wasn't like, ooh, how beautiful. it was not something. And then one person had done the activation of their crown chakra. Actually, several people looked like this. From above, looked like a whirlpool of clouds that were lavender and white going down into the third eye, which we're going to do tomorrow. And the root being, so these two are capping you, your crown and your root, and creating, now we have sort of an egg-shaped light sphere anchored into our root and our crown around us. And this is an activation of an old energy field. Old meaning it hasn't been used consciously. And so it's very exciting to have these kind of up levels. And what I saw is that people's roots are being upheaved. Like if you looked at a garden that was being, pulled up to pull out the old rocks to get it ready for new seeds. And your root is ready, because if your root isn't grounded, you don't feel safe in your body. You don't come fully into the moment. You are afraid of wealth, or you feel desperate for wealth, or you feel elusive to wealth or other material goods. It gets in the way of your manifestation. But the biggest thing is as an anchor that supports you and draws in, absorbs the energies you need. So you can grow up and out, and you really want to know. So we're going to ask Ishel. This is Ishel as an older woman, as the wise woman. And in my garden, I have an Ishel as a maiden. And she's a moon goddess, a rainbow goddess. She's the Mayan goddess, very, very popular Mayan goddess. And she embodies the 3 stages, the maiden, mother, wise woman, and she has the snake on her head to show enlightenment. She's enlightened, she's awakened, and she can see. That's what we do here. That's why the Egyptians had the snake. That's why all cultures, except the Christian culture, I believe, saw snakes as powerful guides, powerful teachers. They shed their old skin. They were already formed within. They transform. They move with the flow. They move up. And the feathered serpent was about moving back into your feathers, reclaiming your crown, your beautiful connection to source, to the other universes, to other realms. So in the chakra scans, it's so interesting. Sometimes 3 chakras will show all kinds, a whole story that is happening and how it's connected. And those are the only chakras that want to talk. Some people's, everyone said something. Everyone showed me something. And several of them looked like a sacred ceremony was going on, like a coming of age ceremony, like a rebirth, like you're past your vision quest and now you enter that next phase. And that's what I believe we're doing. And therefore, it's the spring, it's the full moon. She's going to illuminate these things for us, and we can pull that energy out and we can till that energy. You know, when you do earth-based work or Native American work, sometimes I worked with a couple different shaman, then the goddess kind of stuff. Some of these, it's become more prevalent in a lot of different groups to do rituals, to meet sacred places for ceremonies. This coming weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we're going to go away and we're going to visit 3 different pyramids and do 3 different ceremonies and ritual and meditations, because it's such a powerful time of year. So we're going to celebrate and we're going to see what comes through. So what I want you to do is to think about the full moon. Ishel is a goddess of fertility. That means abundance. That means the ability to create. She pours out of this down, this abundance. It usually looks like water flowing over you, like moonlight, all the time, all the time. And there's a rainbow. That means that she's holding a rainbow above you. She's always seen with a rabbit. Outside, we've got a rabbit. And she has the rabbit in the moon, you can see, that outline. But the rabbit is abundance, right? It's fertility. And so it's perfect time. The equinox gives us a balanced state between the worlds, and it allows us to feel less pressure, less pull, less addiction, less need. Now, if those feelings are accelerated right now, because I've had these little moments, I'd say 3 hours, a few of them over this week, about a week, where I just felt craving. And believe it or not, I eat very healthy and very simple and the same kind of thing every day and just organic green stuff and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I want to just eat. I want to just gorge. And I don't even remember the last time I felt like that. So I knew, because I'm doing this chakra class and we're activating and we're toning and we're doing all of our light body work to cleanse, clear, and align with the new higher vibration of our true path, is stuff comes up, stuff comes out. I had a 12-hour throwing up, food poisoning kind of thing, everything coming out all over. And it was just shocking. I didn't go anywhere, I mean, literally, we can't figure it out other than I opened a new cabbage up. And then I couldn't eat for 5 days. So there's certain messages in that, right? I don't see it as bad. I see it as sucking. I see it as, wow, that was really, really miserable. Could we not do that ever again? But I can see a difference in me. And so just taking care of myself, what can I do? What can I do? What can't I do? No, I got to lay. I still can't eat. And it's changed something. Then I had a few days as that was fading out of that craving. And I know, because of the scale of consciousness, that desire or addiction to something creates craving in your emotional body. And it feels those unfulfilled desires, from the past and when you were a kid and, last week, and it's not fair, or I never get noticed, or whatever it is. And don't say you don't have any, because maybe you think you got rid of them, but maybe, like me, this last deep sludge is coming up. And that's the other thing I'm seeing with my clients is the last several weeks is the deepest of the darkest goo is coming up. So it's good. It means we've cleansed and cleared away energies and clutter, and we've had breakdowns and, all kinds of things in the world. We're breaking down who we were, how we thought of the world, how we thought of ourselves. We need to have the mind freed so it can look to where we're going. And right now it's hard to see that. So this breaking down for me has included that experience and some other things, too. So look at the story, look at what this is telling you, what's happening in your life, where you're having more pain or less pain, or flow and happiness, or frustration and loneliness, or, pay attention, because the lower states are not things to fear and run away from. They're things to pay attention to. They're warning signs. They're like, hey, look, you're in anger, you're in blame. Hey, you're complaining all the time. Hey, you feel like a victim. Hey, you just want to just say, oh, screw it all and indulge. So where is the balance in that? Where do you listen to yourself and not feel like you're in denial? Because guess what? That's also at that state of craving. And your mind's always disappointed. Nothing's ever good enough. You're not good enough. It will never be good enough. I had it, but it went away. Whatever it is, in whatever way. So if you've really done a lot of work on yourself and you say, oh, that's not me at all, then I invite you to let the full moon and this time of balance show you any little pebbles that are left on your path. Look like you're walking through that corridor of the equinox and you're just looking at the ground. What's in my way? Is it a boulder? Or is it just a rock? Is it a bunch of rocks that are making it uneven and difficult? Is there just a few little pebbles left? Like energetically, what's there? Because no one on the planet, including the Dalai Lama, has reached a point where they are completely free from every thought, energy, and belief that is still attached at a lower level. We have very diverse souls. Okay. All right. Woo. Let's have fun. I'm having a lot of mermaid energy coming in lately. If you would like to come to a mermaid type retreat here at my beach house, I don't know if you can see this. It's a little seahorse with a little girl on it underwater. And my mom gave it to me. It's a print and it's called Child of the Sea. It's called Child of the Sea. So I also have a mermaid that came out up there. And we were watching Splash last night. I just realized that. I'm like, where's the other mermaid? So, all right, everyone, I want you to start rubbing your belly. Whichever hand feels natural, take it and rub your belly. Go round and round and round. And go in a nice, soothing pace. Close your eyes and pay attention. What are you thinking? Are you thinking about your clothes, or your belly's too big, or are you really allowing yourself to be present here, rubbing in a loving way this beautiful part of you? Now, when you're rubbing on your belly, you're rubbing in your solar plexus, you're rubbing into your sacral. You're also maybe dipping a little bit into your root. All right, now, when you feel ready, you can stop, just slow down, and see if you can leave both of your hands somewhere on your core, on your heart, your belly, your lower belly, whatever's comfortable so you can relax. And just organically let your body intelligence lay them, feel if it's comfortable, move around, stretch your neck a little bit, back and forth. We all get this tunnel vision and the neck gets stiff, and energetically, this is a passageway and it needs us to clear it, to keep it nice and clear. I give great thanks to this moment. So you just say these things in your heart or out loud and feel them. Don't just say words. What do the words mean? They have a frequency, they have a vibration, and then you fill them with your intention. I give great thanks. Feel the gratitude going through you. It has to go through you to come from you. So you get to eat it and then you get to share it. It's awesome. Gratitude is a very high state, so just let it fill you up. I feel so grateful for this moment, for exactly where I am, for exactly who I am. And I feel gratitude and acceptance for who I am becoming, who I'm designed to be, who I have the potential to grow into. I enter this sacred space and call on the full moon, the silver goddess ray, the 11th ray of creation. I ask that this beautiful, luminous, divine, sacred, feminine love and light surround me. And now see the moon in your belly. Feel your hands. They're feeling the moon, the glow, the vibration from the moon in your belly. And you sense that it's a reflection, like a still, still lake. Your core center is reflecting the moon. And you stand between the moon and the reflection of the moon in your belly. You see yourself silhouetted against the moon. What does your silhouette look like? Does it look like you now? Does it look like you when you were a kid? Does it look like someone else completely? And you say, yes. I enter this sacred space with my open heart, ready and willing to be a clear and open channel to my highest good. And you walk into the moon in your belly, just watching your silhouette from behind. You enter with grace, smoothly flowing forward until you're swallowed up into this lake of energies within your core, within your sun, your solar center. You continue to move effortlessly forward. Feel into who you are. What does this you feel, since they don't look exactly the same as you? Be curious, be present, going deeper and deeper into the solar center. The moon stays around you, and you sense and more senses. It feels like tiny flowers blooming all through your field, your luminous light field, your light body. You open and watch as these senses you've never felt or seen or known about bloom and blossom and begin to receive from the sun deep within your core. The path seems to become rocky now. You sense it's about the dawn, but the dark and the light are balanced, and you can walk with ease and grace, gliding across this rocky path. You look down and you see and sense each rock a fear, a pain, a loss, a grudge, a blame, an anger, a desire, a grief, a regret, shame scattered everywhere. You glide over the top of it. The moon illuminates, and you become a surfer. You're surfing, skateboarding, skiing, just gliding over the top of these blocks and fears. Like pebbles in your root, you see how they are making it hard for anything to take root, anything to be seeded, for enough light, for enough sun, for enough water to be absorbed. They're taking up the space for the rich soil that's here. It's ready. You sense the balance between the night and the day. And you walk in this corridor. Gliding over these, you send them gratitude. Thank you to my limits and my fears. Thank you to my shame and my guilt. Thank you to my blame, to my victimhood. Thank you to my anger, my depression, my fear. Thank you to my anxiety, and thank you to my craving and my disappointment. Thank you to my enslavement, to my stuckness. We have come to the point that I no longer need any of you. I fully accept what was, what is, and with gracious, loving gratitude, I bless and release all of you, so we may dissolve and then replenish the root. You sense and feel Ishel now, the Mayan moon goddess, pouring down this never-ending, gentle stream of silver luminous liquid light. And you continue to move closer and closer to the center, to the balance, to the equinox. Now her liquid luminous light fills this path. And now you're gliding on top of a river of light, all the rocks buried underneath, dissolving in this liquid moonlight. You now sense that all the past blocks and pain are dissolved. Acknowledge in your heart, thank you. I am ready to release all energies, past, present, future, in any time, space, or life, in any chakra or body, in any relationship, in any part of my life that drags me down, weighs me down, holds me back, keeps me small, that limits my ability to grow and expand, to receive, and to anchor in stability and strength in my own root. Now you're laying on this liquid moonlight, like a gentle, lazy river is carrying you towards the sun. Everything is pure, new, resolved. And this luminous light sinks into the sacral, softening the secrets, sinks into the root, bringing nourishment. The sun now begins to rise as the moon begins to set, and you feel yourself washed, pure, and supported by this flow of liquid moonlight. You're floating at one, receiving the nourishment, the moon on your left and the sun on your right. You are the balance. You are in the center, receiving energy, power, support, love, ideas, creativity, healing, everything optimal for your highest good for this equinox. Receive it. You float here effortlessly. Balanced, supported. You feel completely in flow. This moment opens and you flow into the balance. Above and below are both there, and you are in the middle. You can access both in any amount you desire. Yin and yang, left and right, masculine, feminine, dark, light. You stand in the center. Neither one pulls you, they're just there for you. And take a moment to fully accept this moment, this support, and this powerful cleansing and renewal. On the 23rd Your root will be ready for you to anchor, to plant. You will have everything at your fingertips that is optimal for your highest good. You are entering a new world, and the equinox is your passageway. Come here, float between the balance. Feel the sun warming you, sending you codes, the gold ray infusing you, expanding your pineal, your crown, your receivers, your senses being bathed and opened and awakened. The new you. You're going to walk through the equinox and come out. The new you. How much will you allow? You feel the moon on your left glowing, soft, so loving, so wise, so kind, so deep. You feel both of these energies supporting you. I am that I am. I am, and I receive, and I enjoy, and I create, and I savor, and I share, and I release, and I gratefully sleep. And I repeat. Now walk this path. Stay in acceptance. Find harmony in your mind. Attune to those. Know they are speaking your truth. Follow it. Release the doubt and leave that in the moonlight to be dissolved. Step forward. Feel yourself emerging from the balance into the abundance, into the rebirth, into the spring, into the time of growth. I'm ready. Thank you. I'm willing to step into this, to listen to my own authority, to follow my own heart, to awaken my own senses, to see the truth of what I am carrying, and graciously and gratefully release it. I am the healer. I am the light. I am love. And I am infinite. I step into my flow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now take your time. Either stay here if you're floating in that moonlight, if you're gliding, you're standing in the moment of the equinox and the equal. Feel yourself in these places. They're going to cleanse and clear you. Repeat this and remember, you're in a moment supported by energies that are very rare. They happen twice a year. And having the moon this close does not always happen. So it's a very powerful time. You have the capacity to take it in. Take your time. Come have a chakra scan or a soul reading, or come play with me. And I hope that I will see you soon. Enjoy your equinox. I know I'm going to have an exceptional time. Oh, hi, Rosie. Be here. So need that. Yeah. Hi, Nadia. Dragonfly. Ooh, I had a client in a reading this week in a scan. This dragonfly came rust orange color and completely as big as her across her, like just like an overlay. Really powerful. Bright full moon spring equinox blessings. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're so welcome. Hi, Janice. Sitting here with ice packs on my arm and knee on my right side. Thanks for my session and giving me a ta-da moment instead of an oh shit moment. Yes, good, sweetie, good. Mwah. Hi, Wanda. Oh, thank you. This color of the room is, and on the other side we have a different color. We have, I don't know if I can show it to you. It's more like my mom calls it robin's egg blue. I don't know if you can see it. Whoops. So I love blue. We've got turquoise blues and green blues, and we just found this exquisite green blue, like the color of the ocean out here, granite, for our kitchen that we're going to design next. So, okay, everybody, have a beautiful and blessed time. Oh, I'm glad it's sunny in Connecticut. I'm so glad. I know my kids don't really ever complain about the weather. They live in Minnesota. I can't handle that anymore. But as long as you're present in what it is, I always say, is the snow beautiful? Because I like it when the snow is beautiful, when it's new and it hasn't been walked in. So there's beauty everywhere. Okay, everyone. Julie, Rusty. It was like Rusty. It was. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, sweetie. I feel you so often. Mermaids, we need a mermaid retreat. Yes, it was a sacral chakra dragonfly, very rusty, and then orange and deep oranges and all that kind of stuff. So, thanks everybody. I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Have a wonderful equinox. I will be sending out all my love and energies from 3 different places. I'm going to Mayapan. None of my retreat people have been there yet. They have the exact pyramid as they have in Chichen Itza, so you supposedly can see the snake coming down. I couldn't get tickets to Chichen Itza, it was full. It was the first time I've wanted to go. There's too many people for me, but I do like to see the serpent come down the pyramid. And then we're going to go to Uxmal, and we're going to go to Kaba, which is supposedly open now. And we're going to stay in Uxmal for 2 nights in the jungle. So I'm very excited. My jaguars have been coming out and calling, and it's going to be really magical. So, oh, that's good. Rosie said I'm still in a daze. Yeah, just stay here. I'm going to shut up now and enjoy it. Bye.